Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video we are taking a look at Tesla stock options analysis, guys. So I'm seeing some really surprising data. A good spike, huge spike at a bullish level. We'll talk about that, and I'll take you over how other puts and calls are looking like and what in my opinion may come to fruition this coming week, because these options data are for the expiration of this coming week. And yeah, how things are looking like, where the trader sentiment is. So let's take a look at all of that, and I'll provide my opinion as I just said. And as for the technicals, guys, I did a video on that this morning, so check that out on my channel. I'm not gonna go in depth on technicals, but I'll put a confluence with the options data on Tesla's technicals. But if you want to know much more in depth, it's on my channel, the video that I did this morning. So with that, hit the like, subscribe, and also please note, none of this is any financial advice and it's only for education purposes. All right, so very quickly, just to very high level glance of this technicals. Well, Tesla looks like it's weak, and it's weak enough that on intraday it is already downtrending, but and on the overall structure though it's still bullish, but it's very weak, that just breaking below one critical level, which is just pretty much that 200 hours moving average, thus also losing this previous last zone of pivot. It's really on just the swing, it's just gonna fall to the downside. If really, like, well, for example, like in we are already in the downtrend though, like on intraday, if Tesla needs to get bullish, it's not just that one small green candle would do it. No, we would need to close a day above 180 and also eventually 182, getting thus above also this lower moving trend line. So Tesla on it's weak, the price action is weak, and the direction intraday on this is right now to the downside. So, but having said that, and if you want to know more about the technicals, what will make Tesla bullish and what it needs to do, all those things I have talked about in my video. It's on my channel. All right, so let's go to the options data here. So green are the calls, red are the puts, and right off the bat, what I'm gonna point out your attention to is this $200 calls, 82,000 open interest. That's a lot. Like, this is dwarfing anything all over the place, everything. It's dwarfing the puts, dwarfing even other calls. So how about we start with that, the possibility of $200 calls happening, right? That's where the most open interest is, right? So let's put the $200 line up here. Now Tesla is doing right now average range of almost $9, right? But it's just has, well, it's give or take 7 to 9 is what it usually do. 9 has been lately due to this massive volatility that has been coming, and so these range, like 9, let's just take, let's say for example 9 or 8, let's do 8 times 5, we have 5 trading days, right? That's 40. Let's say Tesla just keeps going up, average range $8 every day, $40, so 178 plus 40 does puts it above $200. Even after pullback, give or take, we may scratch the surface if Tesla goes up. The problem is that with the $200 calls options right now going into this week is that the price action is not in that direction. So, if, for example, if you have a car going in a straight line, but if you have to reverse it, right, you first have to negate all that forward running momentum. That means you have to put the braking energy and then put the reverse energy. So there is extra energy going, first stopping the momentum to the front and then reversing, right? So there's like a, first you are putting energy to slow down as well, then putting it a stop and then reversing energy. And so which means there's an extra energy that has to go before we change the direction of something. Similarly on Tesla, to get to that $200 side, Tesla needs to change the structure here first to the bullish. Right now structure on intraday is to the downtrend. So that's the thing. If Tesla 182, if Tesla on Monday can get above 182, we can talk about $200 calls then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's a possibility. But if Tesla, because if Tesla by Monday is not doing 182 above, it's unlikely that $200 calls is going to happen then by Friday. So that's my take on that. Even though there is huge open interest sitting by the traders at $200 calls, but in my opinion, likelihood of that right now happening, as for what the price action is showing me, is very limited. All right, let's put it that way. What about $180 calls or anything above like 185? Well, right now price is not in that direction, but since there is some on the swing side, we are technically still bullish, though we are weak. But 180 plus calls can happen if Tesla continues to hold 200 hours moving average and gets above. So yeah, but right now we are not in this direction. Okay, just keep that in mind. But intraday, you can still, make some money on 180 and 182 if Tesla starts to rebound back up again. And technically, we have to get above $180 first. So right now, nothing is looking in benefit of calls, guys, to be honest. Okay, yes, it will start looking better if Tesla can do an Uno reversal here, right? It can change the structure back to the upside. Structure is not right now to the downside. So let's talk about then the puts here. So the puts are over the, they are quite leveled across the board. But how about we talk about the 175 and 170? Let's see what are the possibilities. So as I said, $9, $8, let's say average range, right? I'm just giving it some, some delta there. 8 times 5 is 40, so just negative 178 minus 40 is what, 138, right? So yeah, if Tesla want to keep falling with 138, $40 down from here is a possibility. But I don't think that's going to happen. That's too far-fetched. The reason it's not going to happen is because on weekly interval, if I show you, we have an inverted head and shoulder still in formation. And I would say until 160 is what I would say puts. If it happens, it happens. But I won't say right now it's anything below 160 is only valid if we start to get closer to 160 by Wednesday. But that's still way out of the reach, and I think 160 is still a good support. So I would not touch any puts below $160. Okay, that's just my opinion though, but I think likelihood of that happening is very low. So that would be like 165, 170, 175. What are the likelihoods of that? So technically, guys, yeah, Tesla is in that direction, downtrend. So if it keeps rejecting this, pivot trend line to the downside, yeah, 170 is, once we also lose 200 hours moving average, it's not that out of reach. Even 175 is a possibility, and also 170. But yeah, that would be it though, in my opinion. And then yeah, sure, 165 as well, but you need some range for as well stock to move before you can make any money on that. So in my opinion, as for where the price action is, and if Tesla stays in this direction of the downtrend, 175, 170 puts may come in. Anything for the call, like 200 dollars calls are way out of reach in my opinion, and anything to the upside like 182 and above or so, 185, well, Tesla needs to first change the structure by Monday or Tuesday for those type of calls to get above this lower moving trend line, get out of this lower moving pivots, and then those confirmations may come. All right. Well, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you found it helpful, valuable, please hit the like, subscribe, and with that, I'll see you in my next videos. Bye.